So on Wikipedia there's the option for random article, and I'll just read through the random article. So the first one is digital relationship between elements on the periodic table. In chemistry, a digital relationship is said to exist between certain pairs of diagonally adjacent elements in the second and third periods, first 20 elements of the periodic table. These pairs, lithium and magnesium, beryllium and aluminium, boron and silicon, exhibit similar properties. For example, boron and silicon are both semiconductors, forming halides that are hydrolyzed in water and have acidic oxides. Further diagonal similarities have also been suggested for carbon, phosphorus, and nitrogen sulfur, along with extending the LiMg, lithium and magnesium, and beryllium and aluminium relationship down into the transition elements such as scandium. Now, I'm not claiming to be the best reader, but we'll get there in the end. We will get there. The organisation of elements on the periodic table into horizontal rows and vertical columns makes certain relationships more apparent. Periodic law. Moving rightward and descending the periodic table have opposite effects on the atomic radii of isolated atoms. Moving rightward across the period decreases the atomic radii of atoms, while moving down the group will increase the atomic radii. Similarly, on moving rightward a period, the elements become progressively more convolute, less basic and more electronegative. Whereas on moving down a group, the elements become more ionic, more basic and less electronegative. Thus, on both descending a period and crossing a group by one element, the changes cancel each other out, and elements with similar properties which have similar chemistry are often found. The atomic radius, electronegativity, properties of compounds, and so forth, of the diagonal members are similar. The reasons for the existence of diagonal relationships are not fully understood, but charge density is a factor. For example, lithium positive is a small cation with a +1 charge, and magnesium 2 positive is somewhat larger with a +2 charge. So the ionic potential of each of the two ions is roughly the same. It is revealed by an examination that the charge density of lithium is much closer to that of magnesium than to those of the other alkaline metals. Using the lithium-magnesium pair under room temperature and pressure 1, when combined with oxygen under standard conditions, lithium and magnesium form only normal oxides, whereas Na, which I remember as nothing, I don't remember what that is, forms peroxide, and metals below Na in addition form superoxides. Lithium is the only group 1 element which forms a stable nitrate, lithium 3N. Magnesium, as well as other group 2 elements, also forms nitrates. Lithium carbonate, phosphate and fluoride are sparingly soluble in water. The corresponding to group 2 salts are insoluble. Think lattice and sulfation energies. 4. Both lithium and magnesium form covalent organometallic compounds. Lithium LiMe and MgMe2 are both valuable synthetic reagents. The other group 1 and group 2 analogues are ionic, could be iconic as well, who knows, and extremely reactive and hence difficult to manipulate. Fluorides of both lithium and magnesium are deliquescent, absorb moisture from surroundings, and soluble in alcohol and pyridine. Lithium chloride, like magnesium chloride, MgCl2, 6H2O, separates out from the hydrated crystals LiCl2H2O. 6. Lithium carbonate and magnesium carbonate are both unstable and can produce corresponding oxides and carbon dioxide when they are heated. And that's the end of that first one. Let's click on the randomizer and get another page. This next page is E.J. O'Donnell House. If we can get this picture up here. I need to find out how to get my light a bit better. So this is E.J. O'Donnell's house. Let's close that down. There we go. So this is a house in Multnomah County, Oregon, in the US. The A.J. O'Donnell House in Multnomah County, Oregon, just outside the Portland municipal boundary, was designed in 1938 by architect Richard Sunderleaf for dairyman and cattle breeder Edward J. O'Donnell. It was completed in 1940. The quick facts. So this was the house's exterior in 2014. This is a map of Portland. The location on the map of the USA without Hawaii and Alaska. The location is 5535 Southwest Hewlett Boulevard, Portland, Oregon. Coordinates 45 degrees by 30, 60 north, 122 degrees, 44, 1 west. The area is 1 acre, built in 1940. Architect Richard Sunderleaf. Architectural style, late 19th and 20th century revivals, English cottage / normal revival. The NRHP reference number is 9300154. Added to the NRHP on January the 28th, 1994. The single-storey house was designed to be wheelchair accessible for a child of the O'Donnells. It has a multiplicity sea of steeply pitched cross gables at the east end and a variegated exterior of brick, lapped weatherboards as gable claddings, and secondary sliding of boards and moulded battens. It has bays and projections on its face, and on the northwest has a kitchen utility wing, and on the northeast has a kitchen utility wing, and on the southwest has a garage bedroom wing. Its NRHP nomination describes that the house displays the essential qualities for which Sunderleaf's art and crafts architecture is admired. Porches have heavy post and beam framing. Solid craftsmanship emphasises interior wood panelling and trim. A square module is used for division of window space, including side lights for few windows on which such premium is placed in Portland's West Hills. Building volumes are stepped down to the landscape through sheltered terraces and projecting window bays. The architect brings forward from earlier projects, see Clarence Francis House, a rear gallery, an updated screens passage, which in archetypal manor houses leads to private compartments from the Great Hall or circulation core. It is listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1994. So there you go. You could also look for Vista House, which is a historic house in Oregon, and it looks like the National Register of Historic Places is the NRHP. I've got myself a lovely hot chocolate here. I'm just going to have a little sip. To wet my whistle. So let's go back to the randomizer. We've got a person this time. This is Connor Carrick. Connor Carrick is an American ice hockey player born in 1994. Connor Carrick, born April 13th, 1994, is an American professional ice hockey defenseman who is currently playing with the Bakersfield Condors in the American Hockey League, the AHL. While under contract to the Edmonton Oilers in the National Hockey League, NHL, he was selected by the Washington Capitals in the 5th round, 137th overall of the 2012 NHL entry draft. We got some quick facts. Born April 13th, 1994, age 30, Portland Park, Illinois, US. Height 5 foot 10 inches, 178 centimeters. Weight 198 pounds, 90 kilos, 14 stone 2 pounds. Position defense. Shoots right. NHL team. Current team and former teams: Edmonton Oilers, Bakersfield Condors in the AHL, Washington Capitals, Toronto Maple Leafs, Dallas Stars, New Jersey Devils, Boston Bruins. NHL draft, 137th overall, 2012 Washington Capitals. Playing career 2013 to present. Playing career. Connor started playing AAA hockey in Chicago Chicago Fury, who subsequently retired his sweater number. He played there a season before getting drafted into the OHL by the Guelph Storm in the 11th round, 212th overall. The next 2 years, Carrick played with the US National Team Development Program, playing with the Under-17 team the first year and the Under-18 team the second year. That year, during his second season with the US National Team Development Program, he was traded from the Guelph Storm, for whom he chose not to play, to the Plymouth Whalers in exchange for a 6th round pick and a pair of 3rd round picks. During the 2012 NHL entry draft, the Washington Capitals selected Carrick in the 5th round, 137th overall. He chose to play the 2012-13 season in the OHL, where he played 68 games with the Whalers, recording 12 goals and 34 assists for a total of 44 points, as well as 18 points in the postseason, while only playing in 15 games. He also led Plymouth in assists during the postseason with 16. Carrick won a gold medal with the Team USA at the 2013 IIHF World Under-18 Championship. Professional. On September 23rd, 2013, the Capitals signed Carrick to a 3-year entry-level contract. On October 3rd, Carrick scored his first career NHL goal with a 5-4 win over the Calgary Flames. He split the season between the Capitals and their American Hockey League AHL affiliate, the Hershey Bears. The Toronto Maple Leafs. Here's a picture. The NHL 2017 playoffs, round 1, game 5, Capitals 2, Toronto Maple Leafs 1. On February the 28th, 2016, Carrick, Brooks Lyack and a 2016 second-round pick were traded to the Toronto Maple Leafs in exchange for Daniel Winnick, and in 2016 5th-round pick. He played in 16 games with the Maple Leafs to close out the season, recording 4 points. Carrick led the 2016 Calder Cup playoffs in scoring with 18 points in 15 games, including one 5-point performance. However, he and the Maple Leafs AHL affiliate, the Toronto Marlies, were eliminated in Eastern Conference Finals by the Bears. On July 22nd, 2016, the Maple Leafs re-signed Carrick on a 2-year contract extension. He joined the Maple Leafs full-time for the 2016-2017 season, appearing in 37 games. On June 20th, 2018, the Maple Leafs placed Carrick on waivers. Later that day, he was traded to the Dallas Stars in exchange for a 2019 conditional 7th-round pick, which could have been upgraded to a 6th. Considerations for the upgrade were not met. In his debut for the Stars on October 4th, he recorded 2 assists in a 3-0 win over the Arizona Coyotes. On October 28th, Carrick was placed on injury reserve with a foot injury. He returned to the Stars lineup on December 31st in a 3-2 loss to the Montreal Canadiens. On January 19th, the Stars sent Carrick to the AAHL affiliate, the Texas Stars, on a conditional loan. He skated on 4 games for Texas before returning to Dallas on January 27th. The New Jersey Devils. On February 23rd, 2019, Carrick, along with 2019 third-round pick, were traded to the New Jersey Devils in exchange for Ben Lovejoy. He skated in 20 games for the Devils to conclude the season. On July 16th, 2019, the Devils re-signed Carrick to a 2-year, $3 million contract extension. The Seattle Kraken. On August 4th, 2021, Carrick was signed as a free agent to a 1-year, 2-way, $800,000 contract with expansion club the Seattle Kraken. After attending training camp, Carrick was reassigned to the Charlotte Checkers of the AHL. The Boston Bruins. As a free agent from the Kraken, Carrick joined the Boston Bruins organization in signing a 1-year, 2-way contract on July 13th, 2022. In order to rest key players for the playoffs, the Bruins called Carrick up to the NHL club. Carrick played 1 game for Boston before being sent down, recording an assist in his lone game. Return to Seattle. We've got another picture here. This is the AHL hockey game between the Colorado Eagles and Coachella Valley Firebirds on February the 17th, 2024. After a long season within the Bruins organization, Carrick returned to the Seattle Kraken in signing as a free agent to a 1-year, 2-way contract for the 2023-24 season on July 3rd, 2023. Edmonton Oilers. As a free agent at the conclusion of his contract with the Kraken, Carrick joined his 7th NHL club in agreeing to a 1-year, 2-way contract with the Edmonton Oilers on July 1st, 2024. Personal life. Carrick has 2 brothers, Hunter and Blake, who also play hockey. Blake plays Division III hockey for Trinity College, while Hunter is committed to play at Penn State University. In the summer of 2018, Carrick married his fiancée, Lexi Solofra. A little short edit there. I had to step away just very quickly. So we've just read Connor Carrick. Let's go back to the randomizer. So the next one is Philippe Eerts, a Belgian jazz double bassist born in 1964. Philippe Eerts, born the 21st of June 1964, is a Belgian jazz double bassist. He taught himself guitar and electric bass guitar when he was 11 and started playing the double bass at age 14. He is a member of the Philip Catherine Trio and the Ivan Badauert Trio. He also has his own trio with John Rucco, tenor saxophone and clarinet, and Tony Levin drums, and quartet with Bert Joris trumpet. He won the Belgian Golden Django in 2002 best Belgian artist. Quick facts and a picture there of Philippe Yates in Moscow, November of 2007. Born June the 21st, 1964, age 60. City of Brussels, Belgium. Genres: jazz, Brazilian music. Instruments: double bass and bass. Bands he's recorded with: Charles Lou's Trio, Diedrich Weissel's Trio, Natalie Laurier's Michael Hare, Jacques Pelzer, Steve Houben, Ivan Powart Trio, Philip Catherine Trio, Bert Joris Quartet, Toshiko Akayoshi Jazz Orchestra. He's toured with Richard Galliano and Gary Burton. Now, again, reading, not the best suit, not my best suit, but also names. I think you'll get the gist. We'll go through it together. So, next up on the randomizer is the Elay Limited, ammunition manufacturer in England. Elay Limited is a British manufacturer of firearm cartridges. Historically, the company has produced a broad variety of ammunition, but today specialises in the .22 long rifle cartridges for competitive target shooting. At the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, 6 of the 12 medals for cartridge rifle and piston were won using Elay ammunition. Quick facts. So here's Elay's logo. Company type: private. Industry: ammunition. Founded 1820s. Founder: William and Charles Elay. Headquarters: Sutton Coldfield, Birmingham, England. Products: firearms cartridges, percussion caps and smokeless powder. Website: elay.co.uk. History: founded as Elay Brothers by Charles and William Elay in London in the 1820s, the company purchased the patent rights to the wire cartridge in the spring or early summer of 1828. The patent for wire cartridge was issued by the English Patent Office on the 28th of November 1827 to Joshua John Orr under patent number 5570. John Orr had been born in Fleet Street, London in 1755 and had previously been the owner and manager of the Daily Advertiser, a London newspaper. The wire cartridge consisted of a wire cage which held the shot together during the first stages of its flight. In 1828, Charles and William Elay established a factory in Charlotte Street, London, later moving to Bond Street, London. Initially, Charles Elay had been the primary owner of the concern, and the original wire cartridges had only the names of Charles Elay on them. The initial attempts to sell Elay wire cartridges went poorly, and Charles Elay withdrew from the business. During the mid-1830s, William Elay reinvigorated the company and began selling the improved patent wire cartridges. In 1837, the company added percussion caps to their range, and though William was killed in an explosion in 1841, his 3 sons helped carry on the business. His eldest son, William Thomas, forged an alliance with Samuel Colt, the two patenting a skin cartridge for the use in the latter's revolvers. By 1816, they were making pinfire shot shells and first listed them for sale in the Ironmonger and Metal Trades Advertiser. On the 13th of April 1861, William Thomas Ely took out a patent from an improvement to the pinfire shot shell. The key aspect to this patent was to better fix the cap into the case and prevent the pin from flying out of the case on detonation. So here we've got a picture of the Ely 1861 pinfire shot cells. And the Ely Brothers pinfire cartridge box. The growth of the business accompanied by moves to the Gray's Inn Road in 1864 and by the development of the Boxer cartridge designed by Colonel Boxer, Chief Superintendent of the Royal Arsenal in Woolwich, and adopted by the government in 1866. In 1874 they went public to fuel expansion, but lost momentum after 1881 when William Thomas died. His brother remained in control until 1901, but shareholders accused them of running it as a private company. Nevertheless, innovations included smuggler's powder, and in the 1890s, 400 types of cartridges were produced. They had established a factory at the Tile Kiln Lane, Edmonton, London by 1865. Here we've got a picture of the Ely 20 gauge pinfire shot shell box. In 1894, the company transferred production to enlarged premises at Angel Road, which included a tramway to its wharf on the nearby River Lee. Twice the War Office removed the company from their approved list of suppliers due to poor quality. .303 British ammunition, much of it returned from abroad as unusable. Moreover, poor facilities meant the company had to buy in components unlike their competitors. In 1895, an explosion killed 3 female workers. Another explosion occurred in 1900, killing 2 workmen and the works manager. The directors squabbled amongst themselves, and in 1906, the mostly female workforce went on strike when their wages were cut, with the Board of Trade appointing an arbitrator. A leading ballistics expert, F. W. Jones, was brought in to improve matters and built a 107-foot, 32.6 meters shot tower in 1907. The factory was ill adapted to mass production. It produced 209,000,303 cartridges in World War I compared to 2,373 million at Canucks Birmingham factory, but its specialised skills made it ideal for innovation, such as the preparation of munitions for aircraft. After the war, Ely, along with other firms, became part of the Explosive Trades Limited, soon part of Nobel Industries. Many Belgians had been billeted in Edmonton as refugees, and many were elsewhere worked in the armaments industry. This led to natural links between the 2 countries, and in 1920s Ely went into partnership with Fabrique Nationale (FN), buying out the Belgian firm of Cartoucherie Rousseau Bilge. However, the need for ammunition had slumped and the Angel Road factory closed in 1921, all production being transferred to Nobel's factory in Waltham Abbey. In 1926, the Ely business was brought from Nobel in IMI Industries. In 1951, Ely released the 10x .22 cartridge for Olympic target competition. Recent history. The shot tower at the former Edmonton site was demolished in the late 20th century. The area today is known as the Ely Industrial Estate. The business later moved to a new purpose-built factory in Sutton Coalfield. The shotgun cartridge business was separated out as Ely Hawk and sold to Spanish firm Maxim Explosives. Although a separate company, Ely Hawk continues to operate from the same site as a tenant in Ely Limited's factory. In 2014, Ely became independent as a result of a management buyout backed by private equity firm LDC, part of Lloyd's TSB. In 2017, via their US subsidiary Ely Incorporated, the company acquired their US importer and batch testing partner Kilo Shooting Sports. This gave the company more direct control over distribution in the US and brings the batch testing facilities provided by Kilo in-house. KSS is also owned the American Rimfire Association, which Ely also took control of as part of the acquisition. In December 2022, LDC divested Ely to Lunel Limited. Ammunition developed by Ely Brothers. The .450 number 2 Nitro Express in 1903, .360 number 2 Nitro Express in 1905, then .457 number 2 Nitro Express after 1907. Literature. An Edmonton boy, Terry Webb, ISBN 1-93-981-00-X, 2000, published by Biograph, page 868. One of the most famous factories on that estate was Ely's, which used to make shotgun cartridges. It had a massive great tower, and a hot lead was dropped from the top of the tower through the water, and it turned into little lead balls. I never saw it, but that's how they made lead shot. They would drop from the height of this specially constructed tower. In his Sherlock Holmes story, The Adventure of the Speckled Band, Arthur Conan Doyle has Holmes tell Dr. John H. Watson that an Ely's number 2 is an excellent argument with gentlemen who can twist steel porkers into knots. Ely Cartridges, A History of the Silversmiths and Ammunition Manufacturers by C.W. Harding, ISBN 1-904057-91-8. Published in 2006 by Quiller Press. Ely Cartridges traces the history of the Ely name from its agricultural roots through its rise to the major role it played in the silver manufacturing trade of London and its production of ammunition both in London